All right. So we're almost there. We're probably got maybe maybe another 10 more minutes to walk before we get to Coconut Island. Here's lava ocean tours. This is something that, well, I guess it depends on what happens with the volcanoes. Depending on what happens with the volcanoes, that'll determine whether I can like go and like check this out. Basically, if the volcanoes erupt enough, usually, well, depending on which ones, like they'll flow out into the ocean, and when that happens, I guess these lava ocean tour boats, I guess they go into business. I've never seen a boat that was all metal like this before. But from what I understand, you end up sailing quite close to the lava, and you really do end up feeling like feeling the heat, from the from the from the lava, which is crazy. I hear it's the same with the helicopter tours as well. Like there's some helicopter tours that'll take you right over the volcanoes, and from what I am told, I mean, I think from what I've seen online, like on YouTube and stuff, you can really feel the heat from the lava. There's Hilo Bay Cafe, which is I think it's some kind of restaurant. Some quite tall pine trees are right here. And we are about to be back at Liliuokalani Gardens. Some really tall trees here. This palm tree, this royal palm tree, must be about like 60 or 70 feet tall. So then the pine trees are like approaching 200 feet. Maybe like approaching 160 or 170. Here's Liliuokalani Gardens. Let me see what time it is. It's already almost 5. I keep wanting to come early so I can walk through. During the daytime, but I always get here right around like an hour before sunset, and so I usually want to go swimming before it gets totally dark. Partially because I don't really like the idea of swimming with like wildlife in the water when I can't see what's going on. And again, even though most wildlife is not really terribly dangerous, oh yeah, this is a cat park, Liliuokalani Gardens. I mean, it's not officially a cat park, but a lot of people feed the cats that are here. And so I think over the years it has become like a little miniature cat sanctuary. I don't always see a lot of cats here, but I think after the first day that I did see like a whole bunch of cats like everywhere, then that's when I started noticing every time I came here that there's a lot of cats here. People put out like food for them. That is a big rooster. That is very common here. Wild roosters. I don't really see that many wild chickens, but I do see wild roosters like everywhere. Like I'll see them at Walmart. Oh wow, here's a bunch of cats. It's like a little pride right there. Looks like someone's put out food and stuff. Here's another one of these plants that you can just buy at Walmart that is grown into a full tree, which is something I've never seen. I've never seen before. Like, I never knew this type of plant could like get this big. It's probably about 10 feet tall. I didn't know they were whole trees. Like, I thought they kind of just stayed, you know, like you just kept them potted and they just kind of stayed that size, but they grow pretty big. And then this was the tree that they actually strung out Christmas lights to, which was really beautiful. They should have done it on that bridge as well. Maybe next year we'll get more people together. Or more people will come together. I don't know how much leeway people really have, though, since this is a botanical gardens. But it's quite a beautiful park, though. Some rental bikes, which I was actually surprised to find. Is that a dog? Is it a... I know. And finally I'm making it close to the water. I've got just about an hour before the sun starts to go down. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Herbert J. Grant, June 23rd, 1935. I need to find out what these trees are called again. A cab driver told me only one time, but these particular types of trees, they're just crazy. I forget what they're called, but I know that back in the olden times, there were, I guess, a lot of notable people came out to Hawaii and planted trees out here. And they planted these trees. And they're all up and down this way. And there's names of people. Supposedly Babe Ruth has a tree. Not that far from here, like maybe just I don't know, maybe just like maybe 30 yards from here. Not that far. I'll have to investigate at some point. But for right now, I'm heading to Mokuola, which I'm wondering whether or not it's the actual name for Coconut Island. and we're just gonna see how clear the water is. As long as it's not terribly murky, then as long as it's not terribly murky, then then I'll probably go in. Hopefully within a year's time I'll be able to get a GoPro though, because on this side of the island, just in the couple of beaches that I've been to, like Richardson Ocean Park, and actually all the beaches that are along in that area, in the same area as Richardson Ocean Park. So Richardson Ocean Park is along a strip of like one long road, and along that road are many beaches. I shouldn't say many, but maybe like, I don't know, could be like 6 or 7 beaches. And so there are certain beaches that the locals are used to going to. The locals go to like almost exclusively. And I've been told to give it a while before I check out those beaches. But like try to meet some folks and everything. But Richardson's is one that I really enjoy. Like, it has really nice sized waves. It's like a giant wave park. I'm looking right now to see if I can see through, and I cannot. During days when it's not raining, I can usually see right through to the bottom. And also, even on camera, you can see through to the bottom. And you can see like rocks and schools of fish and stuff, but I definitely don't see anything today. So what I'd been advised is that on the days that I don't see the locals swimming in the water, I've been advised not to swim. And today is one of those days that I do not see locals in the water. I think I see transplants and like people who've relocated here from the mainland, but not locals. And you can see the rocks right there. You can see the rocks a little bit. Normally you can see all the way down. But yeah, today Today I don't see any locals, but people are still in the water, so that just lets you know right there that, like, rain or shine, the water is still warm enough to be able to just jump in and chill. Okay, see here, this is kind of how it should look. Basically clear. But this little patch of water is separate from, it's pretty much basically separate from the rest of the bay. Now we're gonna see the spot where I normally go. Oh yeah, so as far as people who are not locals, like people who've like moved here from like California and stuff, if I had to guess, they're probably swimming here for the same reason that I would be swimming here today, which is that wherever they came from, certainly wherever I came from, which is the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, the beaches, the water at the beaches, is, I would say, in general, like, kind of worse. In general, kind of worse conditions than it is here. I can only see a little bit. Oh. I can just see a little bit into the water, but I can at least see that it's green rather than like brown the way we saw it over at Hilo Bay earlier today. So I think I'm gonna go. I think I will go for a swim. Someone just caught a rather big fish. Caught a rather big fish over there. The waves aren't nearly as bad as they are. The waves aren't nearly as bad as they were over by Hilo Bay. It is starting to rain again. Like, look at this tree. Like, this is insane how big a chunk of debris this is to have washed up here. It's probably about 20 feet long from end to end. I've never jumped in over here, mainly because there's so many rocks. That was my first lesson in Hilo. At the beaches was about like just getting cut up really bad by the rocks. You know, I'd only ever known about beaches with sand, but not beaches where there were just rocks everywhere. So, I mean, it took several weeks for me to get it, but eventually I learned how to avoid getting sliced up by and scraped up on the rocks. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and get changed and go for a swim. I'll talk to everyone later. Wherever you'd seen me walk from in the original video today is right around here. There's that little lighthouse. I was standing just right over here. And that's where we are now. Aloha.